What up, Facebook? It's your boy Jeremy Paul Tompkins and my good friend Rick.
Hola.
How you doing, Rick?
Doing all right. How are you?
Happy Monday. I'm doing pretty
Monday.
good. I love your shirt. I think our shirts definitely complement one another. Yours is a little more masculine than mine.
It's very purple.
Purple's a good color.
Yes.
Cool. Rick, tell me a little bit about yourself. Where did you grow up, and what did you love to do as a little Rick?
Where did I grow up? I was born and raised in Las Vegas, actually. I'm a big city kid.
Nice.
And what I liked to do, learn. Actually, I liked learning a lot when I was a kid.
Yeah.
It's fun to be in school and stuff and just learn about random stuff. Because I ever need a trivia partner, I know some things.
Nice. Showing my connection is weak here. Let me see if I can fix that real quick. Hopefully this doesn't. There we go. That hopefully will help here. Cool. Now the shirts are not making no connection weak. That's for sure. Cool. Okay. So you loved learning in school, and you're good at trivia.
I'm okay at trivia. I wouldn't say I'm good at it.
Okay. You just enjoy it. It's fun.
I have fun with it.
Good. Cool. Right on. So grew up in Vegas. Tell me a little bit about that. What was your experience growing up in Vegas?
Oh man, Vegas was. You learn a lot because it's just like information and sensory overload.
Yeah.
People used to think they think it's weird still when I say that Vegas, I think, is a great place to raise a kid.
Huh.
It's not because there's a lot of things to do and stuff. It's actually a great place to raise a kid for me because they're thrown different temptations every day. It's Sin City, so there's a lot of stuff that they're offered that many other kids aren't.
Mm-hmm.
And they learn how to say no to different temptations.
Yeah.
The biggest example for me when I finally realized this was I joined the military. That's how I came to Alaska.
Okay.
I was in the military, and I saw a lot of people who grew up in small towns with good church-strong family homes and things like that.
Mm-hmm.
And the moment they were offered something ridiculous as far as whatever it was, drugs or any other addiction went, it was like the first time, so it was new and exciting and fun for them to think about. But I had plenty of practice saying no.
Nice. Cool. Right on. So, in the military.
Yes.
And then you came up to Alaska.
Came up to Alaska with the military.
Okay. All right. And so how long have you been in Alaska?
It's been 13 years, September 9th.
Okay, cool. Years. So just a little over 13. Nice. And what did you do? So how long were you in the military?
I was in the military for one term. I actually got out a little bit early through Palace Chase. We were overmanned in my field, and they let me go. And one other person was getting kicked out for being ridiculous, and
it's because he didn't grow up in Vegas.
Yeah, that's why.
Man.
But he was being kicked out for some stuff like underage drinking and blah blah blah. He was in the same career field as I was, and they used that as a catalyst to choose who to kick out.
Okay.
It was him, and he was my, we call him piss mates. He was the one who shared the bathroom with me.
Nice.
Our rooms were connected to the same toilet.
Okay, gotcha.
And he was telling me about it, and he had nowhere else to go, and I had plenty of opportunity, I felt like. So we went and talked to our commanding officer and got it worked out where I would go early with honorable discharge rather than him getting kicked out with dishonorable.
Huh. Wow. So would you consider that kind of a win-win?
Yes.
Nice. That's interesting. Okay. Cool. So what did you do after you got honorably discharged?
I looked for a career that was somewhat similar to what I was doing in the military.
Which was what?
Which was POL.
POL.
Fuels, petroleum, oil, and lubricants.
Okay.
Lots of opportunity up here in the oil industry and stuff.
Yeah.
Did some cryogenics. Fun stuff. I found a job at a place called Univar USA and worked there for almost 10 years doing bulk industrial chemical distribution, sales and distribution.
Nice. Cool. All right. So you have sales background.
Yes.
Nice. What do you love most about sales?
What do I love most about sales? Honestly, it's the service side of it that I love. I don't care to have an object, a thing that I'm selling, and sell it because it was a hard sell. I like to put smiles on people's faces, and it's the service side of it for me.
Nice. Cool. Right on. You feel like you do that well?
I do my best.
Nice. Cool. That's awesome. Right on. And so what are you doing now?
Right now with RMG, I am an ISA. I help to get people on the right track when it comes to buying a home.
Okay.
A lot of times their first home,
Mm-hmm.
which for the sake of the company, on the company side, it generates leads for them.
Mm-hmm.
For the sake of the service side to the clients, it helps give them a little bit of a peace of mind. Initially, I help answer the preliminary questions and make sure that they know kind of the process of what's going to happen.
Nice. What would you say would be one of the most common questions you get from people that you talk to on the phone about real estate?
Why are you calling me?
Why are you calling me? And what is your response?
Well, they're the ones who put their information into our system.
There you go. Boom.
They have reached out to us, whether knowingly or unknowingly, by registering into the system, even if they are just putting their information in to look at some pictures.
Right.
They've got to. I mean, it should be fairly logical that information is going somewhere.
Right.
And it happens to be to a real person.
Yeah.
And not to a robot.
Nice.
It is a real person within a system, so I do need to call.
Mm-hmm.
But if you don't want me to call you, I'm not going to do it again.
Nice. So you respect people in the sense.
Absolutely.
Nice. Cool. But you're there to help. That's what you're saying.
Yes.
Provide the service and be an asset for somebody.
And that's exactly how I approach it too. I let them know up front I am kind of more of an information desk than a salesperson.
Nice.
I don't push anything.
Yeah.
They can take from me. So
nice. I know you do a lot with like comedy and whatnot. Is it kind of one of your goals to get people to laugh on the phone?
I wouldn't say that I treat it as a goal.
Okay.
But it is part of my nature to use humor in my conversations. So there's a lot of laughing.
Nice.
It's the way my personality relates. So
yeah.
I get people to relate to me through jokes and laughter and blah,
cool.
blah, blah.
Awesome. So when you're not providing awesome service for people on the phone, what are you doing outside of work?
Outside of work, I work more.
Work more.
No, I teach professional ballroom dance, Latin swing, nightclub. It's a lot of fun stuff, and do the comedy thing as much as I can. That's all of that's somewhat going to the wayside because I like staying home a little bit more. Kids in the home now, so
yeah,
it's fun.
Cool, awesome. So you've been with RMG for how long now?
What, 2 months?
2 months.
2.5 months, maybe 3 months.
Okay. From your perspective outside, a couple months ago, let's say 3 months ago, and now being in the industry for a few months, how has your perspective changed on what a realtor does?
How has it changed? I'm not sure that that's entirely a fair question to ask.
Okay.
Because RMG's structure is so different than what I see other folks out there doing. We've got a system set in place where there's experts in particular fields of this to help coach folks along, which coaching is hugely important when buying a home, especially for the first time.
Yeah.
It's not just for the sake of us putting dollars in our wallets. It's the biggest reason I work here is because of the personal attention and the we all take ownership for assisting our clients. So I don't know that my perception of what a realtor does, but what this team does is different than what I assume other realtors do.
Nice. Okay, that's fair. Okay. I like that. That's cool. Sweet. Talking more about goals, where do you see yourself in, let's say, a year from now? What are your hopes and expectations as far as goals go?
I didn't really have what I would call big time future goals before, but we recently did a workshop, Fierce Conversations, which was amazing, and it made me start to look at what this team and working for RMG has potentially opened up for me.
Mm-hmm.
We talk so much about leadership and how everybody is becoming a leader and building your own brand and your own business, and doing that within the team has been amazing to see. Watching in only 3 months a few of the big wins that some of my coworkers have is amazing. For me, I'm not entirely sure I'd like to stay in the ISA role.
Oh, okay.
I do it very well.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of a unicorn type situation from what I've been told. There's not a lot of people that like to be on the phone for this type of thing, which I like, but also in building business and building my own brand, essentially. Being either on the sales side or something that will help me also build income at the same time.
Yeah.
Right now, the ISA side is a little rough on that. So.
Yep, you're getting up and going.
Yes.
Nice, cool. Well, what would you say would be a piece of advice or one word of advice that you could give people watching today, as far as when it comes to business, life, whatever?
It's gonna be the same thing that people tell me about comedy, or people when they ask me about doing stand-up comedy. They say, how do you get up there and do it? What do you do? You do it.
Just do it.
You just do it. You have to. And don't be afraid to fail. Like, get up there, and sometimes if you crash and burn on the stage, it's funny to other people, so you're getting laughs even though it's not in the way that you intended. But it's also somewhat humbling. It'll let you know that there are things to work on.
Yeah.
I used to manage a restaurant downtown, and during training from other managers, and they were talking about how we're gonna ease you into it so it's not scary, blah blah blah, whatever. That first day I told them, no, you guys just leave me alone, hands off as much as you can until there's a big disaster, because if I'm gonna fail, I'm gonna fail huge. Let me get in there and do that and make an experience that or a story anyways that you guys are gonna talk about for years from now. You remember that time the whole restaurant blew up because of it? I am not afraid of having my name attached to that. But
Nice.
No,
That's
yeah,
awesome.
Get out there and do it.
Cool.
Just do it. Try it. Work.
Nice. I love it. Well, thank you, Rick, for sharing a little bit about your story,
You're welcome.
a little bit about what you're at, what you're about, where you're going. That's all super awesome. Helps me get to know you a little bit better. And cool. Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
You're welcome.
Have an awesome day, guys. Appreciate your time, and we'll catch you later.
Is this the time that I give up my phone number for people to call me?
Sure.
No, I'm just kidding.
If you have comments for Rick, leave them in the comments below. He's a super awesome Facebook freak, so he'll get back to you. Have a great day.
Thank you. Adios.